Yeah, because I realized that, I mean, after some time, I mean, life, you may agree and disagree. I mean, I travel, I've seen the country. I've been away in the country, and I've seen. Gambia, we have to be realistic. Gambia is still in a better position. You know, when you are in a, you know, it helped me, you know, when you are in, like, you know, in this, you know, cocoon, you don't see what's around you. But when you travel outside, you make a comparison of what you leave home and what is outside. Then you begin to appreciate some of the things. And that's why I say, okay, I analyze, I look at it, okay, the status quo with all its shortcomings is doing the right thing. I mean, let us, it's about people, you know, the country is ours. I mean, we have to come together. When we say the status quo, it is you, he, she, you, and everybody. So we have, since then I decided to tone down my moderation. I mean, I say, okay, I have to be moderate, be liberal, tolerant, and I also decided to endorse the status quo. Not because I'm expecting push, because, you know, that is the mentality. If you endorse the status quo, you say something positive about the chief of state, they think that this man is just interested in palace and geld.
Well, I'm glad you know this, because at some point, most of you think that's the case for us too. Like when we're doing our job, you think maybe, okay, you're doing this because you want a position. I'm glad you understand now. But now that you have, like you said, you have seen the developments, and you know that you've traveled and you have seen. Now, the people who are still writing, I'm sure they will not be happy with you.
Well,
I mean, how would you leave that? Because maybe already they might start, yes, Sankano's gone to Gambia, because most of them would say, we don't go to Gambia because we'll get arrested. And here you are.
Well, automatically, I mean, just last night, you know, I mean, when I wrote that article about my arrival in this country, I got an SMS from New York, somebody insulting me. You are coming to leak, I cannot use that word, you know, it's a street vocabulary. I mean, he said that I'm coming to kneel down before the head of state and just to this thing, you know. The person insulted me, I just ignored it, you know. So whenever you just some iota of moderation, but I don't care. I told them, you did not pay my school fees. I don't need you. You know, I'm my own man, you know. So I have the right to do what I have the right to represent my political view. I have the right to defend whom I am, and I have the right to criticize whom I want. So they can't do anything to me. They can't.
So now they're not happy with you.
I need them. I don't need them. I can launch my own newspaper, where is it print or online. You know, I'm my own man. Everybody knows that one since 2006. You know, so I don't need anybody. They can criticize. At least I'm coming here to do something positive. Let them do whatever they want.
So they think you are coming here to go and talk to the president?
No, they said I'm coming here maybe because I want position, I want money, or whatever the case may be. I'm desperate. You know, I'm homesick. I sacrificed some movie. I was shooting a TV series. You know, I'm supposed to play a role. I sacrificed some days just to squeeze this visit. I've been announcing my plan to come to this country, but I have to sacrifice some of my activities just to be here for this working visit.
Well, it's good to have you back home. You're Gambian, and we're always very happy to welcome, you know, our brothers and sisters from outside of the, you know, who are Gambians and they decide to leave outside of the Gambia. But do you have any regrets at this point in your life?
Oh no, I have no regret. As they say in the French song, rien, je ne regrette rien.
So now you speak French too, or you've been speaking French?
Well, I did French in school, so it's part of
did?
it. I did French, so je ne regrette rien. I don't regret nothing. So if I should born today, I will do everything I am, you know.
Okay.
I will do everything like before.
And you've also been writing about women a lot.
Yes.
And you talked about women with fake hair and fake nails and fake everything. And you're saying you don't want that.
Yes.
And that you want a woman to be all natural. Yes. And I saw on YouTube, there's somebody, I don't know if you've seen it, somebody did a video and responded to you, a woman. And they say, who is saying that? I mean, why? I mean, is that really true in you? Is that what you're looking for in a woman, or you're just writing?
No, it is like that. I believe in authenticity. And secondly, our African culture, I mean, it's under constant attack with all this, you know, contamination that's going on. I mean, we tend to negate our own culture. And that's what it's a psychological damage. You know, one of the biggest problem of colonialism is not this indirect or indirect look. It's the psychological damage that it has done to the African psyche. And that's the problem. We don't respect our own identity. We reject. And that's what I'm trying to reactivate. And even my work in film, that's what I am. So what I'm writing, anything I write, it's coming from my heart. That's how I am. Okay. So I believe that women should be authentic. Of course, I like getting on the nerves of the women, but just for fun, you know. You have to provoke each other.
You've also said in one of your writings that you like classy women.
Yes, that's...
And classy women do a lot of, you know, fake hair, fake nails, and fake eyelashes.
They'll stop it, or else I won't date them. It's quite simple.
And how did Prince Sankano, you know, how did that come? Because before you were just Babuka Sankano. Yeah, I remember we never met before. It's the first time, and I'm glad. I'm really happy to meet you. But then how did that come along? Well,
actually, I mean, after I left this country, it gave me an opportunity to go to do research into my African history and the pre-colonial time. I mean, you know, we the Sarahules, we came from the ancient Ghana Empire, migrated westward, and our own family branched from around Kai, one of the successor states. So through that research, I realized that, okay, nobility was part of our lineage, but during migration they took different professions, and during some were Smith, some were Marabu, some were these things. So when I did, one of our grandmother, before she died, she narrated the history that nobility was there. And since that nobility was there, I had to reactivate it. And also since it was matrilineal, I decided to integrate my mother's name, and that's what Aminata. But I tell the people that it is optional. Nobody is obliged to call me Prince. All my documents are having Prince there, so there are enough people who will call me Prince, so you can call me anyhow you want.
You have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have a brother.
But they don't use Aminata, it's just you.
You know, that's people are free to call me anyhow, so it is not something that, you know, I'm modest, you know, I'm not interested in titles, you know,
so
it's
I can just say Babukar Sankano.
Sankano, yes.
Without Prince Babukar Aminata.
No, forget
Sankano.
about that. Forget about
Yeah,
that.
but it's a nice name.
Thank you.
And now who would not want to be Prince or Princess?
Well.
I would like to be Princess Fatu.
Great.
But, okay, and then how do you manage to do that? Because you are is it filmmaker, author, and strategy consultant, and at the same time you do writings as well. It must be hectic.
Well, you know, when one is used to living abroad as a young man, I mean, you are always ready to challenge. Like I said, I keep telling people, Germany is one of the difficult countries in the world. If you survive Germany, you can survive anywhere in the world. You know, I stayed in that country now 15 years, and I survived it, and I'm now part of the system, and like I said, I'm politically active. And
all the 15 years you've been living in Germany?
In Germany, you know, so I survived that place. Since I survived that place, that's good. So I'm multitasking. I'm used to different things. So I get bored, you know, when I just have to do something. And that's why, you know, I'm not the bureaucratic type, you know. You know, I'm doing creative. After graduation, I apply for a job. They said that you are overqualified. Then I focus on the creative aspect of it, which challenges me, but it also brings a lot out of me. So that's why, because I cannot just do one thing. It makes me bored. So I have to do 2 or 3 different things at a time.
Well, you're a good writer too. And you've been seen to make claims on print media about religious beliefs. Is it really true?
Yes.
Or you just write?
No, I did research, you know. I believe in African religion. I mean, Islam is part of my identity. I can't deny it.
Islam is part of your identity?
Part of my identity.
What's the other part?
I'm African. I'm a believer in African religion. And there's nothing to be ashamed about it.
And what's African religion?
We have our African religion before colonialism came and other things. We have our African religion. Some call it voodoo, some call it whatever, but I believe African religion. So when I did research, you know, I'm not a hypocrite. I don't have time for these things. When I did research into my history, I decided to go back 100%. Somebody has to do it. In the whole of African country, the only intellectual who is proud of African religion is Wole Soyinka. Apart from that, he's getting old. Nobody's doing it, so and I feel I have to step in. Somebody, we cannot allow our culture to die just because of the foreign contamination. We have the right to defend our African civilization. When we say African cultural renaissance, it cannot be lip service. It's time for us to do something about it. And I think by setting an example, because me, I mean, like I said, I'm my own man.
Sarahule. Sarahule telling me today that he believes in African religion. This is really the 21st century. Well, we're on the Fatu Show and it's coming to you live. And if you have a question for Sankano, you can send us a text message. I can see you are calling right now. I've been saying this. We cannot take phone calls live. We don't take the phone calls. But you can send text messages on 655. Already we have 28 messages. I won't be able to read all of this. But you can send us your text messages on 655-2002, that's 655-2002. And now, what can you tell me that you achieved professionally? You know, as a writer and a filmmaker, have you achieved anything that you're really proud of?
Well, I'm proud of the fact that, you know, I don't have to apply for a job. You know, I just receive a call if there is a movie to act. Yeah, come, there's a movie. We need you as an actor, director, and other things. And secondly, I did not do anything that's going to mess up my life. I have no regret. You know, I have been responsible, though I have been a stubborn guy, you know, but I have been responsible, authentic, you know, modest. And so I'm proud of the lifestyle that I'm living, you know, so that's why. So I can say that, you know, by coming far, without being wayward, without losing, without being falling into bad traps and other things, I mean, that makes me proud.
Okay, so you said you're stubborn?
Yes.
How stubborn are you?
Oh, well, that's stubborn. You can multiply 10 times.
Very, very stubborn. What do stubborn people do? Like they don't listen, or do they hit people, or what?
No, we are creative. We like to test the limits of boundaries, and that's what it's all about. The human beings about. Since the human beings supposedly came from the paradise, I mean, it was a transition From a pamper situation where you sit down, God Almighty provide everything, to a situation where you have to command your destiny. So it is a challenging. So stubborn means trying to repeat, and that's what all the creativity, all this innovation that we are having is a product of somebody going out, risking something, and trying something out. And that's what it means about positive stubbornness. Not this, when you say stubbornness, some people that, drinking alcohol, breaking the law, following guys left and right, that is not stubbornness. Stubbornness means the ability to test the boundary, but for the common good, for your